Would you like to see my babies? Claire started at the question, making the wine in her wine glass slosh a little. Did she want to see her babies? Who asked a question like that? They're really quite amazing. My staff created this photo album for me before I left home. Robin, a woman in her late 60s, slid toward them in the booth seat and held the album out. They'd shared a table with her a few times during the evening dinners on their Mediterranean cruise, but they hadn't gotten to know much about her. I'd love to. Claire reluctantly reached for the book and forced herself to smile. You don't see actual photo albums very often these days. The private dining room reserved for suite guests on the cruise ship was full, and Claire and Josh sat in the back area, near bay windows overlooking the ocean. The sun was just setting over the water, casting a golden shimmer that danced along the waves. Claire's fingers ached from holding a pencil all day, and yet she wished she'd brought her tools with her to dinner. To miss out on sketching this scene was frustrating.
Robin, how many children do you have?
Josh, Claire's husband, asked politely, while Claire steeled herself. She could do this. Oh, about 31 right now. But that number will increase in the next few weeks. A few of my girls are due to have their own babies soon. Robin sighed. I really should be there, but I've had this cruise booked for ages. 31 babies? Unless this woman had donated her eggs, there was no way she could have that many children. Catching the incredulous look on Claire's face, Robin laughed. Open the book, dearie. They are quite amazing. Claire took a swig of wine and slowly opened to the first page. She swallowed just in time. The images in front of her got her chuckling. These are adorable. She held up the page for Josh to see, relief washing over her as she gazed at more photos of tigers.
Tigers?
Josh said.
Your babies are tigers?
The smile on Robin's face couldn't grow any wider. Well, of course. What did you think I meant?
Not cats, that's for sure.
Josh muttered, tearing off a chunk of bread from the baguette on their table and shoving it in his mouth. As Claire browsed the album, Robin looked on. My husband and I couldn't have our own children, so when we had the opportunity to purchase a park in New Zealand and rescue these amazing creatures from being put down, well, the answer was quite obvious, don't you think? Robin turned the next page for Claire. It showed a lioness with a young cub. With a tender expression, Robin said, That's Isabel. Her previous owners thought her to be barren and were going to have her destroyed. Can you believe it? All she needed was the right mate. She's had 2 litters now and 5 babies. That one, her finger gently outlined a little cub, was the runt of her last litter and almost didn't survive. I had to bottle feed him myself. Do you find it hard to be away from them? Claire could see on Robin's face the passion for her animals. She truly loved them. Oh, yes, they're my life now. But my husband made me promise to come on this cruise, with or without him. She shrugged. And I find even with him gone, I still can't refuse him anything. A wistful smile graced her face as she fingered the napkin in her lap. My Edwin. It was his strength that made each day possible for me. Now it's my turn to be strong. She swallowed hard. Claire instinctively reached out and touched the older woman's arm. Excuse me for a moment, please. Robin stood. Keep looking at my little ones. Maybe it'll give you some inspiration. She winked and then headed off in the direction of the restrooms. Claire gritted her teeth, and the smile on her face tightened.
She probably meant our stories,
Josh said, reaching out to caress her hand. Right. So why did Claire have the feeling that wasn't at all what she'd been talking about? Typically, when people learned they'd been married for 7 years and were still childless, they chided the couple about the 7-year itch and gave Claire a look. The look. To remind her that she wasn't getting any younger. As if she needed a complete stranger to remind her of that.
I'm serious,
Josh said.
She seemed pretty interested in our career last night. I don't think I've ever had someone ask so many questions about how we write one of our stories.
Josh wrote the children's books and Claire illustrated them. For the past few months, they'd been traveling throughout Europe, researching book ideas. They had 6 new books contracted with their publisher, and thanks to this trip, they already had 5 books plotted out, along with illustrations and rough sketches. All they were missing was the 6th book. Josh had suggested using this Mediterranean cruise as a setting for the storyline, but so far, nothing they'd come up with worked.